So last week we have seen manual methods of quantity estimation. Okay.
Okay.
And this week
Yeah.
we are learning AI powered quantity estimation for
Okay.
building, for any kind of quantity used for concrete, steel, flooring,
Okay.
painting, etc. So
Okay.
in this session, we can see how to use ChatGPT Cloud AI like a professional quantity surveyor. It's very important. We will see first what is the basic theory behind it, what is AI basically, and then we can see in our next week lecture our demonstrations or practicals for AI in quantity estimation. So first thing, this session is coming with learning outcomes. So create BOQ in minutes, generate
Okay.
quantity takeoff, prepare rate analysis, estimate material consumption, calculate labor cost, prepare cost estimate, generate client proposal, prepare tender document, and analyze the drawing. So this is
Okay.
the first thing we have done this every process or every step in manual way. Okay. So we need to automated that particular process using AI. That is the main motive or agenda of that particular lecture. So, what
Okay.
is AI basically and why use it? So, basically, artificial intelligence and LLM models. LLM means
Mhm.
large language models, ChatGPT
Okay.
and Cloud AI. So, this
Okay.
is the four thing we need to understand before starting estimation work or automation work in quantity estimation. So, if you understand what is AI, AI is a artificial intelligence.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence means you need to give input to do the task who human is doing that particular task. For example, we are drawing a drawing, we are creating plans, we are creating BOQ, we are creating rate analysis. Using that, that particular task will be done by the machines using some models that called as LLM models. Okay. So then
Okay.
what is the application we need to use? The application is ChatGPT and Cloud AI
Okay.
we are using. There are the
Okay.
three, four terms is foundation. Every prompt in this module builds on. So prompt is very, very important. So traditional method, why AI? It's very important question. So it is a traditional method like lot many times with some kind of errors or accuracy is less as compared to AI calculation. So manually take off Excel formula building, BOQ preparation, rate analysis, proposal writing. This is our day-to-day tasks which are doing we for months on months for the large project. So under the that, after the using AI, it takes only 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. So automated calculation, smart BOQ generation, proposal generation, and tender drafting. That will be done by AI.
Yeah.
Okay. So how? How you can do that particular thing? Okay. So traditional method 6 to 8 hours and using AI it is a 20 to 30 minutes. So automated calculation, smart BOQ, proposal generation, tender drafting is the best thing when we do that particular traditional method. Okay. So first thing, what is that which tool we are using and how we can use that particular tool correct way, that is very important. Okay. So drawing analysis, ChatGPT is also given the same result like Cloud. It is a good tool for the analysis work. Either you can use ChatGPT and Cloud. Then BOQ generation. BOQ generation is also excellent with ChatGPT and Cloud. Large document for the ChatGPT, some kind of limitations. It is provide good and Cloud will provide good to excellent output for large document. Proposal writing,
Okay.
both are the good. ChatGPT is also good and Cloud is also good. Excel
Yes.
assistance. Excel assistance give ChatGPT is excellent, but Cloud Excel assistance is less than ChatGPT. Report writing, both
Oh,
are excellent for the ChatGPT and Cloud. Report writing, excellent. Coding, ChatGPT provides good or excellent that particular output, and Cloud will provide the good quality of output than computer. So PDF understanding is ChatGPT provides good result as compared to Cloud, but Cloud provides excellent result. Okay, so this is the
oh,
introduction to AI. Basically, when we are using AI in our system, so you need to these two tools in your system. Otherwise, we can't process further. Okay. So
oh,
whenever you're doing this, so please download or use your that particular ChatGPT account and Cloud account for this thing, and you feature you need to understand. Okay.
oh,
So introduction to AI in quantity serving. When to use ChatGPT and Cloud? Use ChatGPT for cloud quantity takeoff, rate analysis, BOQ generation, Excel formula help, cost estimation, material consumption, project planning, tender preparation, and Cloud is best for reading 200-page tender document, large BOQ handling, specification comparison, contract review, drawing analysis, large form reports, and client reports. Okay, so this is the basically terminologies we are using that particular for ChatGPT and Cloud.
oh,
Okay, so
yes,
when to use and why to use, you understand, right? So what is the
oh,
ChatGPT we use for, and what is a Cloud is used for? So you understand that particular thing. So basically, we need to understand the workflow then. Okay, so what is
yes,
the workflow? So before going to prompt, we need to understand our manual workflow. Okay. First, we prepare the drawing in AutoCAD. Then we can create a PDF. Then we can unnecessary data we can remove, and we can check our working copy with respect to manual method of calculation. For example, we measure the length, width, height, thickness, and we manually type the particular value and calculate with respect to using Excel formulae. But right, so we need to
yes,
understand that workflow, and under that particular workflow, we give prompt with respect to that work. So, what is the golden formula for prompts? It is role, it is task, context, format, and rules. For example, who should the AI act as, right? And then what should it produce? Project details and scope, table, Excel report, standard GST wastages. So these kind of details we need to include in our prompt. Then they will give the high quality result. Otherwise, that will be the correction in produced output. For example, it is a POQ. So every high quality prompt to ChatGPT or Cloud should define 5 elements. Okay, keeping anyone leads to generic and unusable output. So that is very important. How to create a prompt and how effective prompt it is, that will be useful for that particular BOQ calculation.
mm,
Okay. So session 2. Right now, we are using a complete BOQ prompt. As a senior quantity serving, having 20 plus years of experience, generate detailed BOQ for my residential project. Project location is Pune. Area is 2500 square feet. Material is premium, includes civil, plumbing, electrical, painting, flooring, false ceiling, landscape. Provide quantity, unit, rate, amount, and add GST at contingencies. So prepare in Excel table format. Okay, so this is our complete BOQ
prompt,
prompt.
prompt,
Got it? So it is I am
yes,
saying because our Kulkarni sir has that much of experience, right? So they need to do that particular thing. So you are a senior quantity surveyor having 20 years of experience and generate detailed BOQ for my residential project. Okay, this is a good prompt. Do you think it is a good prompt?
Yes, yes. It's
Okay.
good form.
So bad prompt and good prompt. What is the difference between good prompt? So bad prompt, prepare a BOQ. It is a bad prompt because you don't give any project details, location, material specification, format, no, nothing. You just say prepare a BOQ. Then good prompt. What is a good prompt? You are a chartered quantity surveyor, so you need to using ChatGPT or Claude as your assistant. So you need to give that role. Okay. So what is this role? Quantity, chartered quantity surveyor. Then prepare
Mm.
BOQ plus G plus 2 residential building, 3,000 square feet building area, location Pune, premium material, include earthwork, foundation, RCC, brickwork, plaster, flooring, doors, windows, electrical plumbing, painting, prepare in Excel format, include material cost and labor cost, equipment cost, GST, contingencies, and final grand total. Is there any missing in the prompt?
Nothing. It just
It
covered
is
everything.
correct. It is correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You happy with that as a chartered engineer, as a chartered quantity
Yeah.
surveyor? You need
Yes.
everything. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes.
next. So that prompt you need to write down. So first thing we need to understand AI workflow.
Okay.
First thing, step one, upload drawing, floor plan, or PDF. Okay. Because that first step, AI tools reading that particular drawing. Okay. Then second step, understand the drawing, room, walls, and openings. Generate quantity, takeoff. Prepare BOQ, calculate cost, and prepare client proposal. This is our AI workflow. Okay. So when you consider yourself as a chartered quantity surveyor, that module you need to understand. Okay. So today's lecture, I will give you part and parcel of that AI workflow because I know I have done that particular task. Okay. So you want to do that, you just prepare yourself, your AI models with respect to your accounts. Okay. If you are creating something, for example, you are creating like BOQ for bungalow, you creating for BOQ for residential building, it is nothing difference because AI will calculate n numbers of quantity, not an issue at all. Okay. So that much importance when you give you in your practice, daily practice, that gives you immense correct output. Otherwise, it will not work because if you give generalized prompt or you give generalize that particular, we can say, create a BOQ for residential building. Okay. You are not specifying any location, any project area, or any kind of material specification, labor specification, whatever it is, it will not give that particular prompt. So today's task is try to write good prompt for 5 types of the building. Try to write first thing in your notebook. Okay. With respect to every details. Okay. First building is your 2 BHK bungalow. Second, second is your G plus 2 building. It will increase daily. Then there is a commercial building. Fourth is industrial shed. Okay. And last one is that water tank. So that kind of structure you cover, then you will get an idea about how prompt is work. Because whatever you inputted in that particular tools, they will give certain output. It is a good, it is a bad, it is nothing matters because it is a machine. Okay. So if you are giving the correct input, they will correct out or desired output, we can say. So you need to write, this is your third assignment. Assignment number three, you need to write 5 prompts for 5 types of the, got it? And
Okay.
sign in or create an account at Cloud AI and ChatGPT and try to give the prompts in that. And then we will see the practicals in that particular form. Okay.
Oh,
Before that, you giving it any kind of structure. For example, we have see the IS 1200. We have learned in detail what is the input, what is the unit, what is the material specification, what is the labor specification, what is the DSR. I have shared with you, right? So everything I have given. So you need to study it properly and then just try to write in your notebook and then apply in AI tools. Okay. Then we will step by step one two will we will do one thing one by one. Got it? Then another thing is that very important. Whatever you are giving in your ChatGPT input, what format you want, you need to give in your prompt. For example, you want Excel, you want PDF report in report format, in calculation format. You should give in that particular way. Okay. If any kind of doubts is there, just ask with me and then prepare this. We will see in next lecture. Okay.
okay. Sir, can you share me DSR?
Ah, yes.